how long do you think the talking stage should last? I mean, that's a little different for everybody, depending on what you think is normal, because there's no normal amount of time, like there's no actual, what's up, Dragon? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Like there's no set amount, you know what I mean? Like there's no set amount. It just from person to person. But if you're in the talking stage for a long time, that's a problem. Okay. So I actually got myself a little bit of notes here. All right. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about the talking stage because a lot of y'all be struggling with the talking stage. And that's one of the most common questions that I get. And if you guys want to actually ask some questions, I have the link up on my IG right now, the anonymous question thing. So make sure you guys go over there and check it out if you guys want to ask a question. So do you believe in polyamory being real? Yes, just because it's not for some people, it could be for other people because Chris, who I had on the podcast not that long ago, he's in a poly relationship with two other guys. He's gay and he's with two other guys, and he says it's one of the best relationships that he's ever had. So that's why like it could work. Jazzy, ¿cómo estás? I look forward to your lives. Gracias. It's a little hot in this bitch. I need to get it cooler in here. So I feel like I'm in love with two people. Well, are they in a poly relationship? So Ali, ¿cómo estás? How are you? I already read that one. So I know the talking stage is different for everybody. So I want to read. Ambar, ¿cómo estás? How are you? I want you guys to comment what a normal talking stage is to you guys, and I'm going to read them, obviously, and that way we can get other people's perspective. Don't copy somebody else. Right now, just put in the chat what you think how long the talking stage should be. Miss Chops, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Anna, ¿cómo estás? How are you? So let me know in the chat. Let me know how long a talking stage should be. I believe it's a lot to do with age and experience, and you have lived in the past in relationship. 2 to 4 months, 1 month, talking stage 2 months, 3 months, 3 months, 1 year. Damn, 1 year. Ali, are you serious about the 1 year? 3 months, 3 months. And so that's what I'm actually getting a lot of responses. We got 3 months over here, 2 months, 3 months, 1 month. And see, the reason I wanted to do that is because 6 months, 4 months is everybody has a different number. 2 months, 3 months. You're amazing, by the way. Gracias. Everybody has different lengths, if that makes sense. There's no normal amount of time. That's why I wanted to show you guys that there's no right number. You just go based off what you think and your gut feeling. Now, talking stage, if you're in a talk, I would say, to me, again, I agree with like the 2-3 month period, but by that time you should already be exclusive to that person. You guys should already be having that exclusive conversation. And if you have the exclusive conversation and they don't agree with it, you just don't want to get stuck in a placeholder type of situation, right? That's the last thing you want to do. And if they don't agree with your time, then maybe this is not your person, because 2 to 3 months, you should be exclusive to this person. Say the first month, you're starting to get to know this person. Second month, you're like, okay, I kind of like this person. He's consistent. And then by the third month, I am thinking you should be pretty like exclusive, if not, getting close to dating, right? But again, everybody is different depending, like what if you're long distance, maybe it's going to take you a little bit longer to get to that point, or maybe the way you guys are meeting, maybe you guys only meet up every other week because of work schedules, or you guys, the distance, so that's why there's no right amount of time. And so I have another question for you guys. Okay. And I'm going to read them just like I was reading them before. Do you think the talking stage matters? Like, should you go straight into being exclusive, or should there be a talking stage? I want to see what you guys, all you have to do is say yes or no. I just want to get what you guys think. Coley says absolutely. Let me know. Yes, we got a yes. Hilda says yes. D, yes. Again, please. Yes, it does. So we haven't gotten a no. Good evening, exclusive. Yes, talking stage. And I agree. Yes, Kenzie. Yes, Ali. Yes. Deanna, thank you for the gifts. Val, Julie. Mom knows treasure. Okay, mom knows treasure. Thank you for answering no. And I hope you're being honest, not just voting against everybody. Mom knows treasure. Why? Just because I'm curious, why do you think there shouldn't be a talking stage? Okay, that's my question to you. Tap, tap. Hey, of course, tap on this. Give me them likes, you feel me? Yes, dreaming, the same dream says yes. So the only no I got was from, I think, IG, but I want to know, what was the question? If there should even be a talking stage. Wait, what was the question? What was the question? The question was, should there even be a talking stage to get to, like, or it should just jump into exclusivity? Because there are some people who actually said that there shouldn't be a talking stage. Bells Beauty, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Yesenia, how are you doing? So I just want to know what you guys think. So we got the majority, I would say a good 95, 96% of people, actually 98, said yes. There was only one that said no. And yes, talking stage of quality time to build a bond. And this is how you're going to get to know somebody. And a lot of people actually fast forward the talking stage. Some people literally date. It depends on the physical attraction. Sometimes it just meant to be. It's like instant. And I get that. Maybe like soul tie or something. But to me, I'm glad you answered. I'm not saying you're wrong. No, nobody's right or wrong here. Mom knows treasure. Nobody's wrong, right or wrong. I think you need to get to know somebody a little bit more, just because it's like, how are you going to know how this person is? Can you guys relate on certain things? Like, the last thing you want to do is like be dating or gone on one date and all of a sudden dating, right? And that's something that you don't want. And you get to know if this person is even like, you're even like this person. There's some people who can't even stand the person. You get the ick for some reason. I wish I would have found your page before. Hey, well, you found it now, girl. You found it now, and that's all that matters. Okay. So I like, to me, I do believe that there should be a talking stage, because yes, you should be getting to know whoever you're with. And all right, hold on. You should be getting to know whoever you're with, because if you don't, like, how are you going to know if this person is even for you, if you guys are even on the same page? You got to get to know them beforehand. Dating a stranger, yes, and I fucking love it. Hey, gracias, girl. I appreciate you, girl. Yeah, you got to get to know the person, right? Now, the next part, because this is kind of included in the talking stage, right? So some people, I get the question all the time, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. Should there be, can you be dating multiple people? I always say in the very beginning, like, say you only gone on a date with this person like once, maybe twice, and you're going to go on a date with somebody else. Yes, absolutely. Because the last thing you want to, don't just start dating the first person that asks you out, or the only person, go on different dates, and even if you want to be clear, like, and talk to the person that be like, hey, I'm going to go on a date and stuff like that. And they should be fine with it, because you guys just met and you're trying to figure out who you want to be with, right? The last thing you want to do is choose the wrong person. So there's actually nothing wrong with dating multiple people in the beginning. Now, dating multiple people towards that, like, you guys are already like 2-3 months in, that's a different story. I don't think you guys should be doing that far along, because now you're just, say you've gone on a date or dates and gotten to know somebody for like 2-3 months, right? And he finds out that you're also going to dates with somebody else, like he's going to be like, well, she's not even into me, or they're playing me, and things like that. So I'm just saying, if you have the different options, because there's been people who sent messages, they're like, oh, like, this person is like, I want to go on a date with this person and this person. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there should be a cutoff. If you actually vibing with one of the guys or girls, there should be a cutoff. Like, you need to cut it off, because you can't just be playing everybody, because then you're going to end up fucking around and losing everybody instead of having somebody. And there's some people, and I get it, there's some people who can only date one person, meaning like they're only talking to one person, and there's nothing wrong with that. But also, don't settle on that one person. I've seen so many people go on a date with this person that they ask that, and they feel like, ask them out, and they feel like they got to make that relationship work for some reason, right? So that's what I'm saying, is that don't just settle for somebody who asked you out. Make sure you're into the person, whoever you're talking to, because the last thing you want to do is settle and then later find out that you're not even into this person like that, right? And another thing that I had is, should you be intimate during your talking stage? And a lot of people have. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying a lot of people have been burned because they're out serious looking for somebody serious, right? And they end up being intimate with somebody, and then they end up getting ghosted. So what I'm trying to say is, like, maybe you should, during the talking stage, not hook up with them. What I've heard too. Okay, I got another question for you guys. How many dates or how many times should you meet up with somebody before you would consider hooking up with them? Like, I'm just curious. There's no right or wrong answer. No right or wrong answer. How many times should you be meeting up, or like by the fourth date, by the fifth date? What is your guys' like typical number? Ali says 3 dates, 5 dates, around 4 or 5, once a week at least. Yeah, but this is like in the talking stage. Like, it's not like you guys are official. 3 dates, 5 dates. Okay, so we're getting about like 3, 4, 7, 5, 4, 3, 3. Okay, no right answer when you can. Absolutely, 4 dates, 2, maybe by the 4th date. Okay, 2. Wait, as long as they do it when it feels right. I'm going on for a year. Maybe the 4th date, I think 3, 2 months. And there's no right or wrong answer. So like, whatever you're commenting is like whatever you feel. I don't get ghosted after my first date within 4 to 5 days, because that is when I'm surprised. So I got a little spoiler alert for you guys. Okay, because this is, as a member of like the board of men. Hello, how's it going? My name's Edgar, aka Scarface. Most guys believe, or they will wait until the 4th or 5th date, to see if you give them some. And I was just curious, because a lot of you guys have been saying like 3, 4 dates, and then you guys give it up. So the guys are onto something here. So that's why that's why I wanted to bring it up, is like, a lot of guys believe by like the 3rd, 4th, 5th date, they should be getting some. So just take that information, take it however you want to take it. And so maybe next time that you're talking to somebody new, make them wait a little bit longer. Because it's pretty common in the guy world, as a man on the men of the board, like board of men. Hello. They usually typically wait about like 3, 4, maybe even 5 dates, because just based off your guys' answers, they're on to something, because you guys are like, 4, 3. The most common was 4 or 5 dates. So the guys are on to something here. So that's why I'm saying, take it however you want. I'm just giving you guys the information, and you guys take it however you want. Okay, if you guys are like, that's not true, but then like, that way you hold off a little bit. Be like, no, I want to see if this dude is really about me. Y si somos calientes, valió. Because Jazzy, if you're pretty, if you get turned on pretty fast and you need it, that's why I got this, girl, right here. Hold on. Please hold. NaughtyScience.com. Go get yourself some toys and just please yourself, girl. Because the last thing you want to do is catch another body, get ghosted. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want none of that. So that's why I say that. That's why I say that. Yeah, don't try to catch another body. I would just say, take care of yourself, girl. Don't worry about anybody else. So again, just take that information how you will, because some guys know the dates that you guys be like. I'm being dead ass serious. Like, a lot of guys think by the 4th, 5th date they should be getting some already, and they might change their ways after this. Me, I need it the first date. No, I was just joking. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Let me ask you something. What's up, Jazzy? Go ahead. I was gonna keep going, but what's up? Do you guys know when you're caliente? Absolutely. Just kind of like you guys. We get turned on by certain things. Like maybe you send us a little sexy pic. You're like that type of girl. Yeah, like there's a lot of guys who get turned on by a lot of things, right? And everybody has a different type of sex drive too. So much love for the Netherlands. What's up, girl? What if you waited until the fifth time and you 8 months in and you're still not a couple? See, 8 months in. So, hold on, let me go back up. Judy, you waited until the fifth time and you're 8 months in. You're 8 months in and you guys only met up 5 times? Why is that, girl? Is going to his house considered a date? Yeah, technically. I'm talking about, it doesn't necessarily have to be like you go out somewhere. Meeting up with them. That's like, that counts as one. 8 months in as a wifey. Hold on. He may be talking to somebody else. Yeah, because, see, that's my question. You said you guys have been together for 8 months. Or been talking for 8 months, but only met up 5 times. I go every week, but we haven't given each other a title. Okay, but what was the 5? So you've only hooked up with him 5 times? Is that what you're saying? No, I ain't giving it up until it's official. So him considering coming to my house is a date all the time. What? So I just want to make that clear before I give you my response. Have you only hooked up with him 5 times and you go every week? Because first of all, you should have been, if you're there every week, you should have hooked up more times, no? That's more than 5 times. The math is not mathing for me, girl. I'll just tell you that right now. That's why I'm just curious. There's nothing wrong, but you need an answer. It's like we need the tea here, girl. Well, I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if she answers. What if we're both going through a separation? He has 2 baby mamas, and I have no kids. I tried. What if we're both going through a separation? He has 2 baby mamas, and I have no kids. I tried. Irene, 2 baby mamas. Are you trying to be the third? Because that might happen. I don't know. Just pay attention to that. Run. People say run. What about consistently dating once or twice? Oh, shit. What about consistently dating once or twice a week for 8 months? He still doesn't come to be a couple. Well, see, this is why, Sammy, you need to have that conversation with him. Don't be afraid to have a conversation with him. Don't be afraid to be like, hey, are you looking for something serious? What are you looking for? What are your intentions? And if that conversation makes him take off, makes him leave, makes him stop talking to you, he was going to leave. It was just a matter of time. Like I say before, you just expedited that process. Don't be afraid to lose people. Don't be afraid to bring something up and you're afraid, oh, what if it scares them off? Yes, scare them off. That's what we want. You don't want, you want to filter out the bad people. You don't want that. Why do men just take you to their house and not to actual date? Because they're trying to hook up. They don't want us to be spending money. We didn't have anything fun time until the 5th time I went over. Last guy I dated had 2 baby mamas. We talked for a month consistently. We ended up hooking up once, now minimal contact. See, Vanessa, that's what I'm saying. We talked for a month consistently. We ended up hooking up once, now minimal contact because he got what he wanted and he dipped out. That's what I'm saying. You got to wait longer than the 4th, 5th meetup, aka dates, whichever one it is. And wasn't ready for a relationship. We didn't have anything fun time. So all the time he comes to my house, it's called a date. Technically it is because you guys are like meeting up to do something. A date, because if you go have a picnic somewhere, that's a date, right? If you go watch movies, just because you don't go to the movies and you go to his place to watch something, it's still a date. You're still meeting up. You guys still schedule the time to meet up. Let me see. Yes, thank you. It's all about really scary, cheapo. Yes, you're right. The guy I scared my last guy. I love that. Be thankful he left. At the beginning, going to know anybody's house is low effort. I just want to hook up. Exactly. Make him take you out. It's hard. Sometimes even if you wait until he'll still leave. Why are men so scared of being in a relationship? Because they're not ready. It's called a cheap date. If they don't want to invest, then they won't. Yeah, absolutely. Don't let them, especially like going to their place or them coming to your place. That should be like later on down the road. The first times should be like, let's go do something. Even if it's something that doesn't cost very much money, right? You guys can go for a walk somewhere, go for a coffee date somewhere, go and like ride bikes somewhere. There's places where you can rent the scooters, rent bikes, do something, go to the park, walk around, like do something. Not just meeting, exactly, Julie, not meeting up in their car, okay? Not meeting up in their car and just hanging out in the car. Or going to their place. You know, if they're putting low minimal effort into you, guess what? They're like, they only think of you low minimal. Like, that's it. They don't want to put an effort. So the next part that I have is consistency. Okay. Some people, especially during the talking stage, this is when you got to pay attention to their consistency. This is where actually their best communication should be coming out, because if they're actually they want to get to know you, they're going to be consistent with their communication to see you, to hang out with you, to get to know you. And if they suck in the beginning, what makes you think that they're going to get better for some reason, right? If they suck being consistent in communication, hanging out, seeing you, getting to know you in the beginning, they're going to suck later on. Like, they're basically showing you how they're going to be. Let's stop romanticizing people. Let's stop thinking people are going to eventually change. If they can't put in that effort in the beginning, it's time to go. What if it is artificial, but he wants to record having it? Nuh-uh. That should be like later on down the road, recording you guys. Somebody that you know that's got your back, is all about you, is not going to be sharing those videos, because there are some guys who record, especially early on, and then they'll send it to their boys. They'll be like, look, check this shit out. So guys are like that. And also the reason I bring this, I wanted to talk about the talking stage, because last time we talked about ghosting. This is typically when the ghosting happens. Like, someone was like, commented earlier, I hooked up with them, and then all of a sudden afterwards, very minimal contact. It's because you should have paid attention to the talking stage. You know, don't give it up right away. Don't be intimate right away. Like, if you're getting mixed signals, that's another one. Like if they say, I like you, but I'm not ready for a relationship. Let's go with the flow. Let's see how, like, let's be friends first. I want to be friends first. No, absolutely the fuck not. Okay. If they're actually interested in you, they're going to show you, and you're going to feel that they're actually interested. And if they're not giving you that effort, move on. You know, don't settle for less. Absolutely. And then you're going to have that reputation and be like, she doesn't settle for less. Like, so if you're going to try to go after her, one, she's not going to hook up with you right away. Two, you got to be trying, because she's not going to take none of that half-ass shit. And if, like, you're like, oh, well, those guys aren't around, well, take a break from dating for a little while. You know, don't be in a rush to find somebody, because the only thing you're in a rush in is to get hurt again. Okay? So, and another thing that you're going to be able to find out early on in the talking stage too is if they have ex drama, baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, ex drama. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a baby daddy, baby mama. Like, you're going to figure out if they have a crazy ex, because I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Maybe they started talking to somebody, and then the ex was just crazy, and like, it was annoying. Like, it was, you didn't want to, like, anything you guys tried to do, they tried fighting you, like all sorts of stuff. Trust me, I've been there. Like, I remember I took a girl on a date, and like the ex pulled up, and like he wanted to fight and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? And there was another dude that wasn't over his ex, and it got to the point where I was like, you know what? You need to figure your shit out with this person, because I'm done. You know, I'm done. I'm not here to deal with no crazy ex. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a crazy ex. They could be, to me, it's a huge red flag. Okay, huge red flag. Are you guys watching? Huge red flag. If they're talking to their ex, if they're still friends with their exes, if they're still talking to their exes, if they're, oh, that's my best friend. Nah, I don't give a fuck. Like, not with me. Like, if you guys have to co-parent, that's a whole different situation. But absolutely the fuck not on being friends with your ex. I'm not friends with none of my exes. I block them all. Okay. Just because I don't want to put anybody through that and be like, oh, he talks this. Nope, absolutely the fuck not. They're all blocked. I'm not friends with them. And And I expect the same from my person. Like whoever I'm with, they also. I'm not saying they have to block them, but you're not going to be in contact. You guys aren't going to be best of friends. You guys ain't going to be none of that. Okay. Co-parenting, again, co-parenting. I know people have to co-parent. I know that. I have my different boundaries for co-parenting. Okay. Like that's just plain and simple. I have separate co-parenting boundaries. You know, like if it's all about the kid. I don't want your ex texting you like, "Hey, how's your day?" No, that's my job. You shouldn't. The ex shouldn't worry about how your day is going. That's my job now. Okay, you know what I mean? Like that's. It should only about conversations about the kids. How can I feel my husband? I'm no longer happy, but I'm also having someone that I'm interested in. I mean, Leslie, you need to talk to your partner and figure that shit out. Meaning, like, if it's not working out, it may be time to move on. And you're already getting attention from somebody else. And I'll just warn you right now that you like how this guy is making you feel. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to like him. Because typically the next person after your relationship, especially if you get in a relationship really fast, is a rebound. Okay. And the last thing you want to do is like put something like put them through that. So I would just say like talk to your partner now. Figure what's going out there. If you guys need to separate, or whatever the case, tell them how you feel, that you're not happy, that you're wanting to separate. And then, because once you start separating, you're going to go through that heartbreak, that, you know, separation phase. And you might kick this dude to the curb and he's going to be like, what the fuck? So don't put somebody through that either. So I would just say that. Okay. So, and then also, something during the talking stage, like I said, this is when you're trying to get to know the person, right? Yes or no? Yes. This is where you need to have those conversations because, say, for example, I'm going to put Carol, her name came up. I'm not saying it's you exactly. I'm just, say Carol, she doesn't want to have any more kids. Okay. But the guy that she's talking to wants to have like at least 2-3 kids. And you're like, you guys don't align there. Like, but you're like, oh, that's fine. No, it's not fine. If he wants kids, trust me, it's going to be a problem later on. Or if you want to have more kids and he doesn't want to have kids, it's going to be a problem later on, right? So that's when you try to, you figure out what their goals are. Like, do they want a family? Do they want to add to the family? Like, say you guys have kids. And another big thing, this is where you figure out, you ask them, you don't tell them, hey, you think getting married? No, you'll be like, do you believe in marriage or something like that? Because you need to figure that out in the beginning. Because there's a lot of people who just like assume that everybody believes in marriage. And then 2-3 years down the road, they ain't married. And the guy's like, whoa, shit, we never had that conversation, or doesn't even think that you need that or want that. Because he's like, oh, well, she's never said anything. So so that's what I'm saying. Like, all this stuff needs to be brought up right away. And that's what the talking stage is for. That's what it's for. I don't know what you guys are using the talking stage for. If you guys ain't finding out this type of information from your person, like, what are you guys doing during the talking stage? Like, talking about the current Netflix show, you know, like, is that what you guys are talking about? Because yeah, it's cool to talk about that stuff, but you got to get to know the person that you're trying to get with, you know, or be with, or if they're trying to be with you, like if you guys align on certain things, because you can't change their mind. Like if they really want to have kids, they're going to have kids. And if you can't have kids anymore, then guess what? They might go find somebody who can. You know, at the moment, it might be fine. They'll be like, oh, you know, that's fine. I'm totally fine. This is cool. But trust me, it's going to sit in the back of their head. And who knows, they might go plant that seed somewhere else too. And then not even tell you. It could happen. I'm not saying it's going to, but I'm saying it could happen too. So definitely that's why we got the talking stage. That's why I wanted to talk about this, because a lot of you guys aren't even talking about this stuff during the talking stage. And again, like I said before, if you guys bring any of this stuff up during, like, obviously don't be like a clingy person, or like, hey, do you think we would get married? No, don't talk like that. Be like, just get to know where they're at, because the talking stage is where you figure out this person. And even if you guys align, like, what if you guys don't even align with religious views, or maybe like if you guys are huge into politics, you're not even into like have a huge difference in politics, and then you guys start fighting about that, right? So definitely during the talking stage, you need to talk about had that talk. I want no more kids. So if he does, he's not the one for me. Yeah, and like but you got like if he says he wants kids and you don't want kids, you need to be honest with him and be like, is that something that's okay with you? Because if it's not, like, maybe this is not going to work out. Like, so many people are afraid to have that conversation. They would rather not have that conversation and then get hurt later down the road, instead of being like, yo, let's have that conversation right now. Because once you have those uncomfortable conversations with your person or whoever you're with, you know how easy it is to have conversation because you already brought something up that's awkward, weird, like you didn't know how to say it, like you didn't know how they were going to react, but now you already did it, so now it's going to be easy to have that conversation with somebody else, or like not somebody else but with them, because you already had those conversations. So because I'm sure whoever you've been with, at first it was hard to bring something up or talk about something, but once you brought it up, after that it was easy to talk about things, because a lot easier, not super easy, just easier to talk about certain things. So, and also during the talking stage, guess what you're gonna find out? You're gonna find out if they're green flags and red flags. Okay, and like I mentioned before, the green flags, consistency. You guys like they're taking you out, and doesn't necessarily, I'm not saying like they need to take you out on like 5-star restaurants and all this other stuff. I'm just saying they just like meeting up, like going to get coffee, doing little things, buying you some coffee, or like be like, hey, let's go get a coffee, let's go for a walk, let's go for a bike ride, oh, let's go to this movie, or there's a concert you want to go to, a baseball game you want to go to, just some exactly, Deanna, quality time together, right? And they're actually planning outside of their home. If they tell you just to come over, come on, that's a red flag right there. Like if they only text you late night too, be like, hey, what are you doing? You trying to meet up? Come on. Going to IAM and out and pool. 20 years married and it's hard, quality time together, just give them flowers, I'm happy. Sometimes men don't show you the red flags until they have you, and then the red flags are everywhere. But that's why you gotta like ask more questions, girl. Like, are you asking the proper questions in the beginning? Are you, putting them on the spot, because again, I agree, red flags sometimes tend to come out later on, and there's nothing you can really do about it. But you can try to dig out those red flags in the beginning too, and like pay attention, because so many people make excuses for stuff. They'll be like, oh well, for example, like say they have an ex, right? And they'll be like, he goes over to the ex's house, stays over there for a long time, but then you're like, oh, it's fine because it's his kid. Like now you're making up an excuse for that. And that's why I'm saying, like, stop making excuses for the red flags. Like once you see it, like that should be something that you actually, hey, like, do I want to keep doing this? Maybe you should even have a rule, be like, if I get like three red flags off the rip, like it's time to go. Because it doesn't matter how good looking they are. It doesn't matter how amazing the D is. Like they gonna hurt you in the future. So that's why I'm trying to help you guys. And so I actually asked some people over on IG about some stories. I got some stories for you guys. Okay, trust me, I got the tea for you guys, because I was like, you know what? Let me reach out to some people that have sent questions, send DMs, or have sent current DMs, and I was like, let me get some of their stories, and I'm gonna give you some red flags. That way you can be like, oh shit, that's happening to me. So are you ready for these red flags? I got them ready for you guys. I typed them out and everything. I wrote them down for you guys, okay? But before we get into that, also, if you guys haven't checked this out, definitely go check this out. These gummies make that coochie taste like pineapple, okay? I'm just saying, I have them here ready to go. So I'm just saying, like, just in case. I love, see, Molly loves them. They make it tastes like pineapple down there, get it all over your face, moisturize the beard, throw a little tahini on them. I'm that bitch, you know what I mean? So hold on, let me take a drink. See, even Norma says she has those, and they are so good. I needed to hear this tonight. Thank you so much. No, thank you. They are good. See, Bell's Beauty says they are good. Also, she also mentioned earlier, do like pool date. Like if you have a pool or they have a pool, instead of being like going over late, go over during the day, have a barbecue, pool, listen to music. Like that's a vibe, right? So, all right. So the first red flag story that we have, it says, bro, I was talking to this girl for like 2 months straight, texting all day, FaceTiming at night. And I finally asked her if we're exclusive, and she hits me with, I thought we were just good friends, just friends with good vibes. Like what? I met her family. Oh yeah, he met her family. So that's what I'm saying. Like even girls be giving red flags and stuff. So that's why I'm saying like you need to pay attention to that. Like, and be like 2 months they were talking, texting all the time, and then guess what? And FaceTiming at night, like if they're boyfriend and girlfriend. And then finally he hits her with like, are we exclusive? And she hits me, I thought we were just friends with good vibes. Friends with good, I'm telling you, like the shit people be, like the things that happen out here. and the roles are reversed on that one too. Okay, that happens all the time. So the next story that I got. So I was in the talking stage. So I was in the talking stage with a guy. He told me he wasn't ready for a relationship, so I backed off. 2 weeks later, he posted his new girlfriend on IG, and guess what? It's the girl that he told me that it was just his best friend. So that's why I'm saying, like, he said he wasn't. When they tell you, let's go with the flow. Let's see where things go. Let's just be friends right now. Like, I'm not emotionally ready. Like, pay attention to all those things, because he told me he wasn't ready for a relationship is what he said to her. And so he backed off. And then guess what? 2 weeks later, that man was in a new relationship and posted his new girlfriend on IG. So clearly he was talking to other girls or other girl the same time. That's why you need to pay attention to these red flags. You know, if somebody hits you with he told me he wasn't ready for a relationship, be like, and you're looking for a relationship, guess what? Bye. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go look for somebody who wants to be in a relationship. If you can't give me that, then guess what? I'm out. So that's why I love these stories, because they're showing you guys examples of red flags. Okay. The next one that I have. Talking stage lasted a whole year with my ex. We did everything couples do. Vacations, holidays, met each other's parents. Anytime I brought up being official, he'd say, let's not ruin what we have. A year wasted. He never made it official. See? A talking stage for a year. AKA a situationship. Okay? You know, that's another word. Talking stage, like it can be also, you know, known as a situationship, because that's all it is. You guys aren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but doing boyfriend and girlfriend stuff. They would go on vacations, holidays, met each other's parents. Anytime she brought up being official, he would say, let's not ruin what we have. Okay. So that's why I'm saying a year. Oh, absolutely, Julie. And there's more, like people who have been with somebody for a lot longer than a year. Like, I remember somebody jumped in here. I think they said they were like 7-10 years in a situationship. So why is dating so bad at this day and age? So Life of Jazz, I agree, but I also disagree, because there is plenty of great relationships out here and plenty of great people. The only reason people send me the negative stuff, the train wrecks, the horrible stuff. They hardly ever send me like the great stuff. So don't be discouraged about dating. There's plenty of great people out there. Absolutely. I know I've seen so many people in great relationships. But the thing is, like on this page, on my channels, we get nothing but the train wrecks. So that's why it makes it seem like it's horrible out there. So it's bad out, but there's plenty of great people out there. So don't feel like you're never gonna find somebody good. You know, you just gotta filter through all the bad. So, all right. So next question, or not question, but next story. I was talking to this girl and it was going good. Then one night I see her on Snapchat at dinner with my cousin. She told me it was a networking dinner. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, I was talking to a girl and it was going good. Then one night I see her on my Snapchat at dinner with my cousin. Damn. She at least Kept it in the family. Gotta listen to your gut when dating. There's always be signs. Absolutely. Fake sharks. And maybe if this was in the beginning, I can see that happening. And like, I would give the cousin the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't know either. Maybe he didn't know that his cousin was dating her. But if you've been with somebody for a little while and your cousin does that, that's foul. That's shady. That's absolutely that's not your cousin. So again, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because that's what we do here. Like, we automatically don't be like, oh, damn, it's your cousin, even though we're judging hardcore. I'm just saying maybe he didn't know either, because imagine that feeling though. That probably sucked. You're talking to somebody, you're like trying to get to know this person and everything's going great. And then all of a sudden you see her on a date, on a dinner date with your cousin. Whoo, that would light me up. Light me up. The cousin has definitely done that before. Probably. We have to date and stop jumping straight into exclusive relationship. Yeah, absolutely, Jess. Absolutely. All right, the last story I have for you guys is talking stage with this dude was perfect. He even used to drive an hour just to see me after work. One day I post him on my story with no tag, and 3 different girls DM me saying they're talking to him too. This man had a whole roster. And see, sometimes you gotta post them on your story. Like, even if it's not like a hugging picture or like, cause you know how a lot of especially girls, oh, I'm gonna post his hand, I'm gonna post his elbow. No, post his damn face. Post his damn face, because then you'll know. Cause like, if somebody messages you, be like, oh shit, I'm talking to him too right now. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna find out. I'm not saying like, have a picture of you guys holding hands, have a picture of you guys kissing, hugging, maybe do like a story, you know, like those stories, like you're just walking and you're just like talking and you see him in the background, kind of like low key but high key do it. And then all of a sudden somebody could message you and be like, yo, are you talking to so and so? Cause I thought I was. Cause ended up 3 different girls messaged her saying that they're talking to the same dude. My man had a whole roster going on over there. And if that was the situation, I'm curious to know. Has this happened to anybody? Where you guys tag somebody, or like you guys put somebody on your story and somebody came out saying that they're also talking to him? Has this happened to anybody? I'm just curious. I cut my ex off 10 years off because he stopped making plans with me. Oh, absolutely. Like, they got to be consistent, but it's just the talking stage. No, hold on. I'm trying to see. No, I'm getting a bunch of no's. See, and that's what I'm saying. You guys need to, I'm not saying post like a lovey-dovey photo or anything like that. I've seen girls do the whole, like, when they're at the club or they're out somewhere with like a group of people, they just get everybody in the video, right? Maybe do one of those, you know, kind of low key, high key do it. Because imagine being with somebody and then like a year into it, somebody messages and be like, oh, like we just broke up a week ago. And you're like, what the fuck? We were dating for a year already. No, but the other girl posted him, and you found out. You don't have a name on there, so I don't know what to call you. I just see purple hearts. Purple hearts. You found out your man was talking to other people because of some other girl. Is that what you're saying? Well, I'm trying to get the tea. Are you answering questions? So over on my IG, I actually got the anonymous question thing. Go ask questions because the October live is coming around. Yeah, 12 years. Ooh, girl. 12 years. 12 years, and you... So was it year 12 that you caught him? Or how long had he been cheating? That's my next question. Because 12 years, and then you saw somebody else post, that probably sucked. Imagine how, like, the feeling, that backstabbing feeling that would feel. You're, like, thinking that you guys are fine, and all of a sudden some other girl posts, like, Glad to be hanging out with my man. What time will the October live start? So it'll start next week. I think Thursday is the first October date, and they'll be at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes, he has been cheating for 5 months. Damn, my ex would sleep with my cousins when giving her rides home. Did you confront your cousin about that? Yes, you've been cheating. My ex would sleep with my cousin when giving her rides home. Hey, Edgar, how are you? I like your chain necklace. Hey, what's up, Jaslyn? ¿Cómo estás? Thank you. My little lock. Hold on. I want to get the answer to in our 12th year. I'm sorry to hear that, girl. 12 years in and you catch your man cheating because another girl posted him. That's the absolute worst feeling. Hold on. I want to know, who was it? D. It just has a D. Did you ever confront your cousin about sleeping with your ex? Because that's kind of fucked up, to be honest. You know, that's what happens when you play house. I'm walking away now. So you guys were never married? You're the best. Hey, gracias. I appreciate you, girl. She's a super freak. Super freak. My exes would sleep with my family members also. Fuck. She knows I know, though. Yeah, see, that's a shitty feeling, right? Finding out that your cousin is hooking up with your ex. That's not your cousin, girl. No. 12 years. See, this is what I'm saying. You guys got to put your foot down. 12 years she was with this man and they never got married. They were just playing house. So if you want a serious relationship with your person, you need to put your foot down. 14 years and I caught my husband snapping his 14 years and I caught my husband snapping his cousin. Wait, was he snapping inappropriate things to his cousin? Jess, you got to come back with that one. Hold on. Come. My friend is effing 2 guys. She has a boyfriend, and she has 2 boyfriends. Damn, I had a BF who was only with me to get my sister. I think by 3 years you should already be engaged. Absolutely, 4gen. You know, like it doesn't. Some people are like a year in. No, you got to give it a little bit of time, especially like maybe his finances ain't the best, right? Yes. Oof. Jess hit us with the Alabama banger. She said she caught her husband snapping his own cousin, right? His cousin, right? His cousin snapping inappropriate photos to his cousin. And then she says, I kicked him out that day. Shanae, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Oh my God, y'all have some family tea. No, kicked him out that day. Hold on. Jess, I need you to come back, girl. I need you to come back. Yeah, I live, especially move in, see how you both do living together. I agree too. Maybe like a year, and then after that, maybe move in, see if you guys are like actually compatible. Because trust me, when I moved in with my ex, I realized how like messy she was, and I was not cool with that. It really, made me feel a type of way. Hold on, I need to get the info from Jess here. Okay, kicked him out that day. I'm just wondering, like, when you said cousin, it's his cousin. How old is the cousin? That's what I'm curious about now. Backdoor Alabama found me in trailer park shit. Yeah, and especially moving to see how you both do living together. Oh, absolutely. Like y'all came with the family stories today, and I love it. That's why I'm glad I recorded this one. This one is gonna be going on YouTube. So just a heads up, because Jesus Christ, that's some crazy family stuff. So Jess said earlier, for those that missed it, that she caught her husband sending inappropriate snaps to his cousin. It is his cousin. They were the same age. It doesn't matter, same age, older, whatever. That's your cousin. That's your cousin. I'm glad I'm on here. I need this laugh. It's my B-Day, but I don't celebrate or do anything. Hey, 4th Gen. Hey, let's give 4th Gen a little happy birthday. Happy birthday, 4th Gen. He's always in here commenting, chatting with all the ladies, and also just, giving his 2 cents. So 4th Gen, happy birthday, bro. All right, hold on. Thanks, boss. Absolutely. Happy birthday. You know what you should do? At least have a drink, bro. Have a drink. Maybe sign up for an IG model subscription. Rub one out. Good old Manuela. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Keeping it with the family. Wow. Claudia says happy birthday. She's over on IG. And thank you guys for telling him happy birthday. Female cousin. Well, I figured it was the female cousin. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a guy either, because some of the stories that I've been getting from people, like the husband ended up, like that one story where the husband ended up cheating on his wife with the wife's brother. She found out he was gay, and they separated, and he left with the brother. KYM Fave says happy birthday. Bell's Beauty says happy birthday too, bro. I'm telling you, it's some crazy stories out here. So that's why be careful. I could never like, because I remember back, it was when I was a teenager. Like, I had some cousins who were about the same age, and I would have like friends be like, "Oh, like your cousin's hot," and I'm like, "Yeah, she all right." Like, I'm not checking her out because that's my cousin. I was never like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get at that too." No, hell no. That's just crazy. So, well, hopefully you guys like that I brought another topic. And when I don't do the questions, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be bringing in topics. That way we can talk about different things, because I want to bring you guys value. I want to bring you guys entertainment, not just battling. We don't do none of that battle shit over here. No, that shit's boring and cringy. And then next week on Thursday, I think it's Thursday. Hold on, let me check the calendar. Next week on Thursday, we should be answering the questions. Yes, because Monday's the 29th. So Thursday, we're going to start answering the questions. I have it on my Scar Talks page right now. And then tomorrow I'm going to put it on my Scarface page. And so that way you guys get a chance to ask questions for the anonymous question live. I don't want y'all to tell me when we're on the live, be like, how do I ask questions? And I'm going to tell you, wait until November. So go ask questions. Go check out the podcast episode 2 that I did on Monday with Kaylee and Chris. It's a great episode. They also had a lot of tea in that episode too. It's a little longer. It's about 2 hours and a half, but there's great info in there. So, and then also this live is going to go up on YouTube tomorrow. So if you guys missed out or want to share it to somebody, that way they can see what we be doing over here. Tell them to go check it out. So anyways, thank you guys for jumping on. I will see you guys. I'm going to try to do some bonus lives this weekend too, like I always say. So definitely follow me on TikTok. That's where I do the bonus lives. I'll tell you that right now. That's where I do the bonus lives. So anyways, I'll see you guys later, and se la lavan.